Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast.
Kevin's eyes look insane, but he's got new hair. Virginia is a witch, and she farts in her chair. Jason is a spaz who's got an old man's ass. Welcome to the After the Show podcast.
Oh yeah, baby, here we go. It is a Friday. And one of the best weekends in South Florida. We are in the sweet spot of our year. You got so many cool things to do. The weather's absolutely perfect. So I'm very excited for the next couple of weekends. Street Painting Festival, Spring Training Baseball that's going to be going on. Next weekend, it's the Rib Roundup. So, I mean, it's just one thing after another.
It's all very exciting.
Yeah, and then tomorrow's National Margarita Day. So,
woohoo!
I mean, my gosh, just everything's coming together. Just love it. So I don't know that this is going to be much of a binge-watching weekend for me because, I mean, you got to be outside. Join yourself. But if you are going to be hanging inside, maybe you got hit with that nasty-ass flu and you got no choice.
That's true.
There are some things that you can check out. I had mentioned that Reacher dropped yesterday. I'll get to that when I get to that, but that's on Amazon Prime. And I have not heard any reviews on that from people. If you have seen it, let me know.
And the adult movie version is
Jack Reach Around.
Jack Reach Around.
Yep, it is. It's a gay movie.
I didn't know you were going to quiz me, but I'm ready. I'm ready for you.
He's got filth loaded and ready for you.
He is.
Yeah, it's always on deck.
You felt that there wasn't even a pause there.
No.
They were like, Jack Reach Around.
It's almost like I anticipated it.
Mm-hmm. And Panchita checked out the 0 Day. That is the new Netflix show that has got Robert De Niro in it. She said, "Oh, goodness, if there's ever a movie that will get in your head, this one is it. Technology is hacked and shuts America down." He's a former president. His speech in episode 1 is fantastic. Then you got a WTF kind of episode. One's sad, one's scandalous, one's an oh wow. She said De Niro was good. Acting was spot on. Not surprised. It has action and it makes you think, question, and wonder. I'll give it a B+ because some parts of it could have moved a little faster, but it's definitely and absolutely worth watching.
Okay.
Okay. So there you go. So that's another thing you can add to that watch list. And then also this weekend, you've got Suits LA dropping on NBC on Sunday. And then the Yellowstone spinoff 1923 drops for a new season on Paramount Plus on Sunday. I think they do that episode by episode, though. So you'll get the first
Gotcha.
episode. Yeah, and then you have to wait from then on out. If you're looking to maybe just chow this weekend, you guys were trying that little hack that we'd heard yesterday from TikTok about dipping your cold pizza in water before putting it in the air fryer or microwave that brings it all the way back, they say.
All the way back. There's no such thing.
Virginia, you did a bit of the experiment last night. Bird's going to do his part this weekend, and on Monday we'll get a review on that.
Yeah, I made a full video, dug in real deep.
You did?
Oh,
okay.
really?
Yeah.
What
Because I
was
did a
it you
3-part
did?
series.
What was it you did specifically?
So I took the whole entire slice of pizza
Okay.
and I dunked it completely in a bowl of water.
All right.
And then I put it in the air fryer for the appropriate amount of time. And then I ate it and gave my review.
Whoa, what a tease.
So I did a 4-part.
Wow. Okay.
That's funny because looking back now, yeah, mine's going to be, I think, a 5-part series.
5-part. Okay.
Yeah. It's going to be very hard
That's
hitting.
even better.
Oh, I'll add to it later today. I'll make it 6-part.
Okay, good. All right. Getting to 6. Wow. Whole
I have
next
a-
week is taken up.
I have a subset series with pierogies along with pizza. So
So you got a spin-off ready?
I have a spinoff.
Okay.
7-part.
And Michael said, pertaining to spaghetti sandwiches, here's how you do it. You make a meatball sub, but you butter the bread. You lay your meatballs down. Then you get your spaghetti and put it on top of that, very thick. Then you put mozzarella on top of that. Then you throw it in the toaster oven to melt everything down I'm telling you, it's a sub you will die for.
Wow.
I appreciate you getting creative. The people were not feeling the spaghetti sub, Virginia. In fact, some dickface sent me some personal email, and it was kind of lengthy about why the spaghetti sandwich and sub was a stupid idea.
Really?
Halfway reading, I go, fuck this guy.
You need to listen to your own thought of the day. Don't let that guy's thoughts in your head.
Well, I stopped it. I'm like reading. I go, I think it's an insulting email about why the spaghetti sandwich is so stupid. Yep, it sure is. Fuck this guy.
You don't need that kind of energy.
No.
Not going into the weekend. Everybody knows the spaghetti sandwich it's a grilled cheese with spaghetti on it. That sounds awesome.
Yeah, I was kind of shocked that people thought it was quite stupid.
The only thing that you've done to make it better, I think, is now it's on garlic bread.
Yeah.
And now it's just yummy. And you could add like sliced up meatball if you wanted to. Like,
I think it's something where people may have to experience it
yes.
before.
Okay. Yeah.
On paper, it looks like a crazy.
We
Yeah.
need to make this.
I'm in.
Are you getting any feedback on your apple soup idea?
I am. I'm getting quite a lot of feedback. More feedback than one would think about apple soup. People are getting into it.
I thought you were going to bring it in here for me to try it.
It's, dude, I had a fucking podcast yesterday. We got prep. We got editing. I only got so much.
Wow.
I'm out. I'm out.
Would you be mad if you found out I was the dickhead that wrote you that email about the spaghetti sandwich?
No, I'd be impressed, actually.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty...
Took the time.
Yeah, I would respect that.
Drew said just an idea that if you don't know, potatoes go very well with apples.
Ooh, yeah, I'm into that.
Okay. Just give me an idea there.
I love it.
And yesterday we were talking about how Trader Joe's has tied in a satisfaction index survey with Publix for America's favorite grocery store. And I saw today Trader Joe's comes out with their faves list every year, and they've got their favorites list of 2025. I guess the overall favorite item that you get at Trader Joe's, and this is what might make them unique. You look at Publix, and for the most part, they're just selling brands that you get everywhere. They're just, they've got it all. But Trader Joe's, I believe, has a lot of individual, unique things that you don't typically see. I know Whole Foods has that a bit as well.
And we can't sleep on the fact that a big part of Publix, their success is because of their subs and their deli. For a long time, they were king shit of Fuck Mountain.
Yeah.
And that, I think, developed a loyal client base to them. Don't you think?
Yeah.
I'm sure, yeah. That a lot of times to have your signature, whatever it might be for any restaurant or anything, it definitely helps. It's what you're known for.
I hear a lot about the wine over there at
Trader Joe's. They do. They have good deals on wine, and the wine is not bad. Like, you'll get like a decent bottle of wine for like $7 or $8.
So that's their public sub, their wine.
Yeah, and they have a good wine selection. The Queen and I have done Trader Joe's wine, and we enjoyed it. The overall favorite item you get out of Trader Joe's, they say, is the chili and lime flavored rolled corn tortilla chips.
Ooh. I'm going to go there this weekend. I'm going to give them another shot. I was talking a gang of shit yesterday.
Yeah.
I'm going to give them another round.
Okay.
Kind of like what I do with Chipotle, but Chipotle always burns me.
Probably the biggest knock on your Trader Joe's is they're hard to find. Like only like 24, 27 stores, something like that. And
One's down the street right by me, but it's got that hurricane parking lot.
Oh, that parking lot's a nightmare.
It's
a hurricane?
It looks like there's a fucking hurricane about to hit and everyone's going to the store to get their supplies.
Whoever designed that parking lot was like, hey, watch this.
Yeah, even if there's
They want to just fuck with people.
If there's 5 cars in the parking lot, it looks like calamity.
so it's not designed well. As you
No.
Not at all.
Every time you go into it, you're like, all right, you got to put your hands at 10 and 2, and you got to get aware of your surroundings, head on a swivel.
War makeup helps me get mentally prepared.
Okay. The second most popular item at Trader Joe's, the steamed pork and ginger soup dumplings. Ooh. Then the butternut squash mac and cheese.
Ooh.
Something called kimbap, Kimbap.
Kimbap.
Okay. It's a catchy tune. And then the vegetable fried rice.
I love me some vegetable fried rice.
We know you do.
Mm-hmm.
Did you know that, though?
Yeah.
All right.
Looking at you.
Okay, the kimbap, it looks like sushi to me. And it's about like $3.99. It's a vegan kimbap that features seasoned rice, fried tofu, and select stir-fried vegetables.
Ooh, tofu sounds great. Tofu, I don't know. You have to me, tofu, you can only eat it if they slice it so thin and they cook the shit out of it.
Okay.
Big chunky tofu is gnarly.
I don't like big chunky, but I also don't like slimy.
Yep.
He's right. You do have to kind of sear it and get it like a little hard on the edges.
You want it thin and hard.
like that D.
That's right.
He likes his tofu like he likes his D.
Thin and hard, baby.
And Martin said you were talking about what's overrated and underrated. In the underrated category, you got to put Jersey Mike's.
Over or under?
Under. What do you think about that?
I love Jersey Mike's. They are a bit expensive.
Okay.
But you know what? The whole sub game has turned expensive. So it's not a Jersey Mike problem, it's a sub problem. Jersey Mike might be my favorite sub place when it comes to the chain-like type of restaurants. When you're throwing all those guys, your Subways, your Jersey Mikes, your, what's the one that's always supposed to be quick?
Quiznos.
Not fuck.
Subway, Quiznos.
Quiznos. I got so sick on Quiznos one time, never was the same. The one that's the quickest, I can't think of them. Jimmy John's.
Jimmy John's.
Super fast, yeah, freaky fast, yeah.
Out of all of those, I think Jersey Mike's is the best quality.
Okay. So you think it might be underrated then?
I do.
Okay.
You're going to pay, though.
Okay. A couple other food concepts here. It's returning for the first time since 2016 in limited edition form, the Captain Crunch Orange Cream Pop Crunch Cereal. It's made with classic crunchy golden squares infused with an orange nostalgic flavor.
Orange cereal? Blech.
Not my Captain Crunch.
Looks and smells like cancer.
That's not my cup of soda right there. Orange creamsicle-y thing only belongs on an orange creamsicle-y thing, not
Okay.
in a.
So we're selling on that concept.
Now it's kind of like an Orange Julius. It sounds like,
But in a cereal?
Yeah.
Orange
Selling,
Julius cereal sounds gross.
It sounds gross.
Okay. Buying or selling this concept of the birthday cake churro.
Ooh, in.
Okay. It's a crispy fried churro stuffed with birthday cake frosting and decorated with confetti sprinkles.
Fuck.
He's a birthday cake bitch.
That is hot. Now that's a sexy snack.
Okay, this is going to be at Taco Bell. They're collaborating with Milk Bar to create this limited time edition snack.
Milk Bar is a New York City thing that makes they started out making cake pops, and I love Milk Bar.
The Taco Bell does these Cinnaballs. You bite into them and they explode in your mouth of some type of like a cinnamony cream of sorts.
Okay.
You can accidentally eat 21 of them and not even realize it.
Gets away from you just like that, huh?
They go down so quick, and it's one of them things where they go down so quick, and then you look at the calories, you just consume 9,000 calories.
Right.
But you're still hungry, too. You can still eat a fucking Mexi Melt after.
Got a suggestion here from Drew for producer Denny's baby Lachlan, who he said has got an itch to play some instruments and do a DJ table. You can get that for kids. It's a DJ table. It's got a little turntable on it, keyboards, all that stuff. So when Bird and Denny's are playing some music, Lachlan could have his own little thing.
That is adorable. It's only
So cute.
It's a good deal. 45 bones for that.
Yeah. That's Drew and Jupiter sent that in.
I love
That's a
it.
cool little concept.
It's adorable.
Yeah, that kid's already ready to play some music. Baby Lachlan is drawn to the instruments.
Good.
Naturally wants to play
That's
the
fun.
piano, wants to grab
Does
the
he?
guitar strings.
Yeah. Okay. And Lorna is looking for some ideas for her son's 4th birthday party. He wants a parade, so I'm planning a dinosaur-themed parade around our neighborhood. They're going to decorate their Jeep with 2 doors off, and they're going to play a Rockin' Dinosaur music playlist. I don't know what that entails. I only know one dinosaur song.
Open the door, get on the floor. Everybody walk that dinosaur.
There's a lot of dinosaur songs out there, like kid songs.
Okay.
And then also, too, there's an 8-hour video on YouTube. It plays 8 hours of nothing but the Jurassic Park theme.
Really?
It is amazing if you have a dinosaur garden.
All right. And then anything by Barney.
Yeah. Although we don't
work.
recognize him in the dinosaur community, Kevin.
Oh, you don't?
At least I don't.
He's not legit, even though he's called Barney the dinosaur?
Yeah, I get it. You can call me Jason the dinosaur. Doesn't make me a dinosaur.
Okay.
That bad built butch body dinosaur ain't my dinosaur.
No, it's kind of
He's weird looking.
kind of annoying too.
Okay. Got a dumpy ass.
He does.
Yeah.
He's got a tiny head
does.
and a huge ass.
Yeah, plays dumb. Not as dumb as he acts like. Nah, I don't trust that. I don't trust that bitch.
We see you, Barney.
We see Barney.
So with Lorna's birthday party here, parents can bring their kids with scooters, bikes, or just on foot. We even have friends who will wear inflatable dino costumes. I'm also looking into having a friend who is a sheriff lead the parade with their patrol car for some muscle in case any jerk neighbors want to complain. They're going to be posting a heads up on their community page to invite neighbors to join the family fun. So my questions are, what should the kids pass out during the parade? Beads, candy, or both?
You can buy somewhat cheap rubbery dinosaurs and dinosaur stickers that pretty affordable, especially if you've got a little bit of time going Amazon Prime. And they got some cheapy dinosaur things, all sorts of little things you could throw out there. That's what I would recommend. And maybe even some dinosaur treats. Looking at dinosaur candy. They got it out there.
Okay. And are there any other key parade elements that I'm missing?
Music, instruments,
You need
band.
a marching band.
Even if it's just one person with a horn or just a kazoo.
Okay.
Yeah,
Kazoo band, maybe.
Yeah, with a
that'd be
dinosaur
fun.
outfit.
You have people walking in the front with like a banner. I have people holding a banner in the front that says, "Hey, this is our dinosaur birthday party parade." So people know what the hell is coming down the street. Otherwise, they're going to be confused.
I would even maybe take 3 of the kids and maybe 2 of the adults, do a little stop dinosaur breakdown kind of a dance for the people on the side of the road and then keep it moving.
Choreography.
Yeah, do a little dino dance.
I love it.
I can't tell you how much I love this idea.
Okay.
If my parents would have thrown me a Star Wars parade, I would have shit happiness. You kidding me?
Yeah.
That's so exciting.
The
Everyone's
rainbows
dressing up.
coming out.
Oh,
Maybe you should go.
I know. I'm like you. I'm trying to get an invite to this thing.
I'm fishing.
And got this email from Jason. YouTube just celebrating its 20th birthday. And he said, I thought I'd share my son's most viewed video. He has a channel with almost 19,000 subscribers, and he loves to make videos. His autism makes it to where he can tell the pitch of any song. So he'll change them in the videos he likes. And he made this one years ago, and it's got 11 million views. Warning, it's a little demented.
I love it.
Okay.
Wow, good for him.
It's a Mickey Mouse hot dog song, or it's the Mickey Mouse hot dog song, I guess in G major. So I guess this is how he's changed it. And then I guess he does animation along with it.
Cool. I love it.
It is a little demented, but yeah. How about that? That's interesting. That's what his autism gives him, is the ability to pick up pitches like that.
That's when I love the internet and YouTube and all that stuff, because it's such unique content that only he could have come up with.
Right. Mm-hmm.
It's nichey, it's fun, it's different.
That's very cool.
Yep. Got a lot of interesting stuff like that. Becky wants to know if we're weird. She said, I'm a mom of 2 kids aged 10 and 7. In this school year, we have been fortunate enough for our kids to make great friends at school who they speak fondly of. But here's where I'm wondering if my husband and I are weird. 6 different times now, we have received invites for one of our kids to go on day trips with a school friend and their family. We've never met any of these kids or their families, so we would politely decline, saying that we're just busy as a family. I would then invite these kids for play dates at our house so we could meet them and their parents. And every time the parents would agree to drop their kids off at my house after a quick meeting at my front door, sometimes they don't even want to come in because they're on their way to go do something. They just leave their kids with me and my family for the day, and they come back later and get them. What is weird to me is this approach of willingly letting your kids go with strangers for a whole day. I know my family is safe and healthy, but I feel uncomfortable about it all. These kids are always sweet and so nice, and it really makes me nervous for them when their parents are so nonchalant about who they leave their kids with. I also feel uncomfortable with allowing someone I don't know to be alone with my kids all day, regardless of whether you allowed your kids to be at my house or not. I don't know you. And I feel like my husband and I are right about this, and all these other parents are insane, but when there's so many different people doing this, it makes us question WTF is going on.
You're not insane. What are
No.
you talking about? My mom would never drop me off at somewhere she didn't know or meet the parents. There's just no way she'd ever do that.
And you shouldn't.
Yeah.
You're not the crazy one.
Not at all.
And to drop off your kids and not meet the parents is fucking rude as shit, I think.
Yeah.
You drop your
should-
kids off and not introduce yourself?
And it's
Right.
dangerous.
Yeah, I don't like it.
You don't know what's going on.
Would you ever drop your kids off and not introduce yourself to the parents?
All the time.
He don't even hit the brakes.
Cannon, if I see you in 5 hours, all right, it's all good. It's meant to be.
I don't know who the hell you're going to go see, but
Yep.
have fun, kid.
If not, good luck. Yeah, my wife had recognized this at her last school. She had had a parent meet and greet where it was a happy hour for them, and they could get to know each other and have some cocktails, and then they could exchange numbers and say, hey, yeah, our kids are friends, and I'd love for them to have a play date. And then that way they have a social environment where they get to hang and get familiarized with the other parents, so they feel better about letting their kids go over there and have sleepovers or whatever they might do.
What kind of drinks she serve at this party?
It was at a bar, so it's whatever you wanted to order.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, she had it at Blind Monk, in case you're wondering, Virginia.
I'm always wondering.
Okay, so it was at Blind Monk. So
I
you
love
can go check
Blind
out their
Monk.
drink menu, and yeah, that's what you got. And Engineer Keith said, hey, I got to correct something. Kevin was talking about his experience when he was a teenager with his parents getting busy in the same room as him, but let us not forget that years ago, Kevin did, in fact, get frisky with the Queen while in the same room while they went to Okeechobee to do shooting that weekend. Oh, okay. This was one of 2 frisky encounters as reported by Kevin since I've been listening. See Boston, Ralston. Well, Cannon wasn't with us in Boston. So that was, but you are correct. You're right.
Boston,
we did.
Boston cream Ralston.
Yeah,
Boston cream.
it was. Oh, yeah.
I wouldn't be doing that move. You don't want a little extra Ralston running around.
No. Yeah, we had to. Yeah, that one got a little scary, too.
On a level of 0 to 100, how depressed would you be if you accidentally got the Queen pregnant?
It was, well, she had a scare because she had done that thing. She's like, I'm late.
Oh, that's right.
Yeah. And yeah, I fleshed out. I was very depressed. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah, I don't need a little. I'm done changing diapers, and I'm fine with it. I love where I am with kids. I love having grown kids, and
You're almost done.
You love not having to go in and meet the parents wherever you're dropping Cannon off.
absolutely.
You're
Yeah.
2 years away from, kind of completing the game.
You're right. Yeah, Cannon's just got after he finishes this year, he's only got 2 more years of school left.
Right when he turns 18, you get the Queen pregnant. Oh, that would be.
I don't think that's going to be possible at that point.
I don't know.
Yeah.
The woman's body is full of many, many mysteries, Virginia.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mansplaining the
Please explain to me how the menstrual cycle works.
I don't know how it works.
So yeah, we shall see. Now, Dave, he's putting the call out. He said, does anybody know where I can find a 1-bedroom apartment for rent in Palm Beach County? I only make $500 a week during the slow season. And it seems like this season's been slower than usual. $2,000 a month is my max limit that I can pay because of car insurance and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, no, you're doing what a lot of people are looking for. Any advice on where to start looking would be great. I heard avoid Belle Glade and Riviera Beach and certain parts of West Palm Beach, but I'm not too familiar with the area. He said, anything here in northern Miami and nearby Broward because they're only 24 and my credit isn't great. Plus, you have to make triple the rent just to qualify for any of the new construction.
You sound like you need a roommate situation.
Yeah.
Yes.
Because I don't think you're going to be able to do it on your own with that.
Mm-hmm.
So I would start looking into renting a room or like a shared space kind of deal.
Yeah. Yeah, that would be my recommendation as well. So maybe you can find something like that. And
Maybe find somebody else, that you work with, or ask around people that make around the same amount at your job. Like, hey, we should all get together and get like a little apartment or something.
it does bring up, though, is there any place that you can go, though, to find what the availabilities are for rent, for your area?
I just Googled, where is the cheapest state to live in America? Do you have any guess where it is? There's a number one, and it's clear cut.
Mississippi.
It's number 3.
West
Arkansas.
Virginia?
Kevin nailed it. It goes West Virginia 1, Alabama 2, Mississippi 3, Arkansas 4, and then Louisiana 5.
Interesting.
Would you go? So houses are cheap in Louisiana, do you notice?
Depends on what house you're
I'm
looking
sure
at,
you could
but
find an expensive house there, but on the average.
you can find affordable living in Louisiana.
So West Virginia, I wonder how much cheaper it is to live there than Florida.
Ridiculously cheaper.
So if you wanted to buy a decent house in West Virginia, I wonder what you're looking at.
I mean, they like every other place. They've got a big sliding scale.
Sure, but I'm saying just something that's decent. It's not a mansion, but it's not a shithole. I wonder what that would go for compared to Florida.
I think you could probably find on the lower end, you could probably find anywhere from 60 to 80, 90,000.
That's decent.
It's,
You're not gonna get eaten by a bear. You have some shelter.
It's a radically different. Most of the towns in West Virginia are not going to have anything close to the homes that we have here in South Florida. Most of them. Now there will be a few exceptions within the state and some of the bigger cities, but even then, those neighborhoods would be very limited. So they don't have even close to the kind of houses we have here.
And if you live in West Virginia, is there shit to do other than hunt and then hunt?
And then coal mine?
And then maybe possibly throw in some murder and then hunt?
No, there's not. There's nothing to do. No, you. I know where my grandparents lived. Yeah, a lot of it is. Yeah, you have quad runners. A lot of times, the farm boys. You do stuff on the farm, so you do all that kind of like redneck shit.
And is it like that just because of the terrain and that's what allows that kind of lifestyle to go on? Or is it just for some reason West Virginia hasn't been taken over yet?
Yeah, it's not been taken over. It's pretty much all country stuff. So, yeah, if you like the country, the fishing, hunting, riding horses and, riding your quad bikes and all that kind of crap, mudding in a truck and a 4x4, that's the kind of stuff you do. The town, like I said, my grandparents' town, they had a big bowling alley. I remember I went there one time with my cousin. There was about 200 vehicles in the parking lot. Every single one was a truck.
And then you hooked up with your cousin because there's no one else to hook up with?
There's my male cousin.
You hooked up with your male cousin in a truck.
Yeah, that was the weirdest thing. I'm like, hey, we're in West Virginia, right? Yeah, it was good.
Went in West Virginia.
Yeah, yeah. And if you're wondering, I was the bottom.
Okay.
Just in case. Yeah, and Jeremy here said, I live in East Downtown Hollywood. Publix is downstairs, tons of bars and restaurants, and the beach is 5 minutes away, and rent is $1,400 a month for a 1-1. That's really good. I mean, if you can find that. I could see that. There's some pockets, because I looked around Hollywood when I was trying to find a place. Settled on Coconut Grove, but yeah, I did see there were some affordable little places there, not far from the beach in Hollywood. It's not a bad look, but I think kind of around that area, Hollywood, Dania Beach, you can kind of quickly wind up. That's the problem with South Florida. You may not realize it. It looks like it's okay and normal, but all of a sudden you've just moved into a bad neighborhood.
South Florida, you can make a left, and all of a sudden you go, what the fuck happened?
Yeah, it's tricky like that. And Ryan here from Lake Worth Beach that often sends us emails on this kind of stuff is bitching a bit about what they're going to be paying the president of FAU. Looks like the salary is going to be between $1 to $1.5 million.
Whoa.
According to bocamag.com. He said, here's the thing I understand. FAU is located in one of the most expensive suburban cities in America. Everything in Boca is very expensive. It's insane how much tuition and all the bullshit fees cost today compared to 2011 when I went there. He said most of our younger office assistants barely can afford to make one class, so he just thinks this high salary, is too much. So
what's the other salaries going for the market, the competitive market out there? Are other people getting that kind of thing?
he said that I thought it sounded high, so I asked ChatGPT, is the $1 million salary high compared to other universities? A salary of $1 million for the president of FAU is indeed on the higher end, especially when compared to other universities of similar size and ranking. For context, the average salary for university presidents nationwide is about $186,000.
Oh, wow.
FAU's salary offer is competitive with these larger institutions, which is notable given that FAU is not ranked as highly as UF or FSU. This high salary could be seen as an effort to attract top talent to the university. And that might be what it is. They probably have a wealthy fund donor there being in Boca, and so they're able to find somebody to help front that salary. And yeah, you bring in better people, then look, universities, it's a money-making machine.
It's not about just educating the young minds?
No.
Oh, rats.
Yeah, and I get the complaints on that. For instance, they go crazy talking about what the football coaches make, for some of these schools. Ohio State's coach, he just, who won the national championship, I think he's now making $12 million a year.
Wow.
And
do you get mad at that? Do you get pissy about that?
No, because look, I'm a person, I believe in capitalism. I believe what the market will allow. And the exposure he gets for winning a national championship for that university and how much money it brings into the school, it pays for itself 100 times over. So, and that's the way, these
that's
things work.
That's the way life is?
Yeah.
Winners get paid.
Yeah.
And so...
does it come off, people are like, fuck that guy, he's making $1 million. Hater. Is he being a hater?
I get why you're saying that, because you're like, look, we should, you should do it for the love of the game, and you should be all about education, but they've turned these things into big moneymakers. And I understand the complaint that happens, like, for instance, with the University of Florida, that Florida kids now don't get to go, and this was a school that should have been created for residents of that state to get a higher education. And so I think that is bullshit. I've got a lot of problems with the university system. I do. But what they pay the people is not necessarily one of them.
Oh, I'm still so pissed off at the college system. I bought a $250 economics book. I went back because you could always, get it for a semester and return it for, a little bit of extra change. I go there thinking I'm going to get $50 back, and I really needed that money at the time. They go, oh, sorry, we're making a new edition. We can't take that book back.
It's outdated.
So what they would do is they would make a new edition every single year, every other year, to where you couldn't turn your books back in to get some extra money.
Ridiculous.
And that's what I knew. I'm like, this is a fucking business. They don't give a shit about me.
No, they really don't. And so I think you have to go in there like you go into some arrangements where you realize they're using you, and so you got to use them back. And the one thing I would tell you is, if you're going to a university, make sure you know that absolutely what you're going to do for your profession, and know that you have to have a college education to do it. And that's where I am with the university stuff. I feel only go to college if that fits you.
Boy, thank God I got my degree. I never would have gotten a radio without it. What a waste of money.
Yeah. When we went to college, Virginia, it was, I think my school was $4,000 a year.
Yeah.
And it was maybe I spent total of like $12,000 to $16,000. And, for eating up almost 4 years of my life and helping me, ease into adult life, it was fine. But now, when you're talking about $50,000 to $75,000 a year, and then you graduate with that kind of debt and you're $200,000 in debt, and now you realize you don't want to do what you want to do for a living, and you're just starting out where everybody else is who's graduating high school, you fucked yourself. And that's stupid. Don't do that. Do not do that. So if you're like, I have to be a doctor, I'm so passionate about it, then yes, by all means.
Yeah, because you're right. There's some professions you're going to have to go do the schooling.
Yeah.
But there's some, man, college isn't for everybody, especially when they, really squeeze your balls to the point where, you can't breathe.
Yeah, and if
for the prices.
if you're not positive that you want to be that, then take a little time off and explore yourself, or go to a community college that is affordable and you can get some credits that might transfer to that school.
If you explore yourself too much, you might end up on OnlyFans.
And there are community colleges too, right there in Gainesville or right there in Tallahassee. And I know a lot of kids, especially now, are not getting into UF or FSU, and they do a couple of years or a year or a couple semesters at the community college there.
There's no shame in the game.
None.
When you first get into college, freshman, sophomore year, going to a community school, it's cheaper. You're going to get, you're going to get possibly even more attention from the teacher. Some of these fancy professors, they think they're bigger than life. They're kind of dick faces. Not all of them. Not all of them. Mm-hmm.
Only about 80%.
Hey, that sounds about right.
Yep. And this is a good number. I'd sent it to my wife. I don't know if she'll even look at the email I sent her or not, or just delete it. But she may read. I don't know. We'll see. I'm going to bring it up to her, hopefully, if I see her this weekend. Carlos had said, because the number from AAA was how much it was to operate a vehicle over the course of a year, a relatively new car. And I'd want to break it down, because this could be a sliding scale, too. If you had a 16-year-old on insurance, that's not going to be the same as a mature driver of 50 who has nothing on their record.
Sure.
But yeah, based on their average, it was $12,000 a year to with your car payment and insurance, gas, all that kind of stuff. And that breaks down to $33 a day. So, my son Cannon's doing a lot of Uber, and he's, I think, punching over that mark. So, that might be something where, all right, can we actually, what is cheaper? And I think every situation is going to be different, but it's a good math thing to explain, because I've been doing the no car thing, and for me, I am well under that mark. So me not having a car payment, me not having to, pay all that kind of crap and gas and whatnot, I'm saving money.
You're really close to the radio station too.
Right.
You don't have to travel as far as Cannon does.
That would be a cool TikTok or YouTube video, kind of explaining the difference between buying a car and then driving an Uber. I'd be interested in hearing the number on that.
Yeah, or taking
I think
mass
a lot
transit,
of people
whatever. Yeah, because look, if you can save yourself thousands of dollars every single year, the way a lot of people are trying to budget these days, having a car may not be the way to go for everybody.
My buddy, he got a job. He lives 2 miles away from his job, and he doesn't have a car. He has a bike, and he said he saved so much money. Now, he's divorced, doesn't want to get in a relationship. I think he's just over all of it. He's kind of just settling in by himself, and he said he saves so much money just riding a bike to work.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No gas, no insurance.
No pussy.
No, I mean, zero.
His life is so uncomplicated now.
Less than zero pussy, Virginia.
I mean, and he ain't touching no titty.
And doesn't want to. It's just like, scorn from a divorce is over it all. Like, fuck cars.
How to
fuck
pick
women.
up a bitch on a bike.
Does he have a banana seat?
Yeah, you're right. I might have to watch him, because he might turn into the Unabomber.
Yeah, keep an eye on that guy.
I will.
Hey, that's the kind of guy we're concerned about.
And Tom in Coral Springs said this in, and it's an interesting statement on our society today. It's like going, you notice you really don't see kids riding around on bikes anymore. It's just mainly crackheads. It is interesting how that's shifted and changed.
It has flipped.
It has flipped a bit, yes.
Especially like in a metro area. Like in
Yeah.
neighborhoods and stuff, you'll see like cyclists.
Well, and they're always on kids' bikes, too, which makes it even more messed up.
You're
a
right.
full-grown ass adult on a kid's bike.
You're like, uh-oh.
That's a crackhead for you. All right, well, thank y'all for all the emails. Mail at kvjshow.com. You guys have an amazing weekend. See you out there for the first pitch at Roger Dean Stadium tomorrow. Virginia will see you at Turtle Fest.
Turtle.
And then we'll see y'all back here on Monday. Goodbye.